Hey, I'm back with another book review. This is actually an ARC. So this is Archmage, Tribal Wars by Leigh Dodson. Here's the summary. This book contains spoilers for the past 3 books, so just FYI if you haven't read the last 3 books and you're wanting to, go read those and then come back and watch this. But here we go. We'll start out with the biggest spoiler. Soul died at the end of the last book. That's why I was so thrown off. I do have my complaints about Soul dying specifically. We followed her through the past 3 books. We watched her grow, we watched her learn, and then just dying in such a way, it was like, I feel like I didn't have time to process it, and we've also built up such a history with her. She was posed as the main character of the story, mainly. Her, Robin, you know. So losing her like that was an insane blow to everything. I don't care, usually, if authors kill off their main characters. I have done it. I love it when it is for a purpose. One example of a book that I hated that did that was actually the Divergent series. Oh, spoilers. I found the last 2 books boring, and then the ending of the last book of the Divergent series was just, I was so mad at it, and I will never read a Veronica Roth book again because of it, just because I felt like it wasn't poetic in any way. But also I read it like 10 years ago, so I could have read it wrong. Anyway, for Archmage, she died when Draco fell on her, and her head just kind of popped. She was also pregnant, and I'm like, I felt like there wasn't really a rhyme or reason except for the fact that we needed to get to the other books, and she wasn't a part of them. It's the same more towards the middle, or more toward the end, I guess, whenever 2 more characters die, and I'm just like, one of them I did like. There was a purpose and they were learning a lesson that they didn't learn, you know, or they were trying to learn a lesson that they didn't learn, whatever. The other one was just a casualty, and their need to protect everything and everyone kind of overshadowed their judgment. That out of the way, I did enjoy this book. There's more of a war that starts between the kingdom and the shapeshifters, and there are a lot of casualties on either side. We do see a shift in power as Balder takes over. It was weird at first that Robin didn't, because Robin was Soul's husband, but I understand with the schism between the Kirans and the Arrowwoods, it's understandable that Balder would take over, even though I think it'd be really interesting to see Robin in power. But Balder becomes king, and we see him make decisions. He is kind of malleable, and he always has been, but he's kind of malleable as the king. I wish I would have seen more emotionally based decisions from him a few times throughout the book. Other than that, I enjoyed his arc, and I enjoyed seeing him in power and seeing what he'll do. I hate Jonas. All my homies hate Jonas. And is it Freya? I think it's Freya. All my homies hate Freya. She is the reason Soul died. I can't wait to see Freya get what she deserves, especially whenever she goes to talk to Robin. Not Robin. Raven ends up in a coma, and they have to figure out how to save her. They end up building a well for her, or a fountain for her. It's really cool. The politics were good in this one. I think they're just as good as the other ones. There's a lot of moving pieces. The majority of the book is the war, the little battles that break out, or at least it felt like it for me. I really enjoyed the mourning periods whenever people did die. The first one was Soul's, of course, because Soul passed in the last one. I think the depth of that sadness and the depth of that love for Soul, or for the characters that passed, was really well done. I could feel it, and I loved it. That was the best part for me, I think. The depth of emotions and love for these characters from other characters. I'm curious to see where the next book goes, book 5. I think it's supposed to be a 7-book series. I don't remember. But I'm curious to see where the next one goes, especially with a shift in power. There have been, I want to say, exoduses from the kingdom, because I mean, it's a whole group of people that left, you know? So now we have a few different civilizations popping up. We didn't get a lot of the Nox in this one, but it was a great read. It was enjoyable. For a 4th book, I did have pause starting it because of Soul's death, but I did read it and I did enjoy it. This book comes out on October 1st, 2024. So if you're interested in checking it out, go get it on Amazon, pre-order it, and thanks for watching. It was a good book. I do hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching.